2 Thessalonians chapter 3. If you read it from verse 6. Get me maybe NIV. He said, now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Jesus, to keep away from every brother who is idle and does not live according to the teaching you receive from us. Keep away. Don't associate with every brother that is what? Idle. Move on. For you yourself know how you ought to follow our example. We were not idle when we were with you. Next verse. Nor did we eat anyone's food without paying for it. On the contrary, we worked hard, night and day, laboring and toiling. Somebody say, worked night and day, laboring and toiling. Say it.
Worked night and day, laboring and toiling.
Keep it there. Don't move. Worked night and day. Some of us, once you finish working in the day, what happened in the night? You are sleeping. Some of us, if we want to describe your work, we can't call it work. Not talking of labor and then toil. Laboring and toiling. And I hope you know that this author is not telling lies. Laboring and toiling. We worked night and day, laboring and toiling. Move on. Verse 8. Nor did we eat any man's food without paying for it. That is to say, from their work, they have what to pay for what they are eating. We did this not because we do not have the right to such help, but in order to make ourselves a model for you to follow. Next verse. For even when we were with you, we gave you this rule. What is the rule? If any man will not work, he shall not eat. It's a rule, it's a law, it's a commandment for believers. If you don't work in a day, you are not qualified to eat that day. There are sometimes you see some of us, you say, I don't have work. You are not doing anything. From morning till night, you are not doing anything. You are not qualified to eat that day. It's a law for believers in the Bible. If any brother, and the Bible says don't associate with such a person. It's as serious as that. If anybody does not work, he is not qualified to eat. Because God has ordained that your eating should come from your what? From your work. It's a cheating to other people to eat when you have not worked. Excuse me, the principle of cheating is what? What is the principle of cheating? When a student enters the exam hall, he didn't work before the exam. You know the kind of work a student should do before he enters the exam? He didn't do any work like that. He just entered the exam and began to, cheat, collect from people who have worked and start writing. The same principle of collecting money from people. I have my uncle. I am in a need now. Let me call this my brother. Let him send something to me. Listen, get out of that house and work. Don't tell me I don't have anything to work. How many of you are aware that if you get one bag of pure water, aqua rafa, and sell it, at the end of the sale, you may get up to 400 naira again. Or from 200 to 400 naira again. Just selling one bag. And before you do that in a day, you may come back with 2,000 naira. And at the end of the 1 month, you are having up to 60,000 naira. But some believers, they don't even have transport money to come for discipleship program because they will not work. They are only depending on people. You need to learn that. And the time of idleness is over. We must rise up to work. Do you know what they call parasite? What is a parasite? He's not working. He's just, enjoying the labor of others. No! It's against the purpose of God. Now, move to the same 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 11 to 12. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to walk with what? This is an instruction to believers. Believers, we don't just speak in tongues only. We are not just chanting and worshiping. After speaking in tongues, after chanting, after worshiping, you get down to walk with your hands. Get down to your business. Take it serious. Paul said, even as a full-time preacher, he was still working day and night, laboring and toiling. You are sleeping in the night. In the day, you are still sleeping. Then next verse. So that your daily life will win the respect of outsiders. And so you will not be dependent on what? On anybody.